recording. Okay, so guys, it has been a while since I have done some Ren, and there has been some new stuff. So I take it upon myself to, get on top of it. So, I thought I would start with this reaction, to look at the reaction that he did with somebody called Token. Now, this is my first time listening to Token. I've heard that he's very talented. So yeah, this is What Does Your Love Look Like? That is what I'm going to be reacting to. So yeah, without further ado, let's check it out, shall we?
I'm not right for you, but I'm just what I should be. You try to change me, I try to change you. We never change, do we? What does your love look like? 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 As much as I do wanna love you, I feel like we're speaking two different languages. Your house had a gate and mine had instigated, so that's the environment we feel safer in. You thought it was crazy how long that it took me to tell you I love you, like that was the weirdest. I only heard dad say I love you with mom in the room when he went back to singing his lyrics. So how could you blame me, cause you always choose to. You always choose to. You wanna know where I be at all the time, but that's not what I'm used to. Not what I'm used to. You knew where your dad was at work or he's home when he's taking the load off. I didn't know where until 1:24 the day I got that phone call. And I let the phone drop. I'm trying to be my best to be a gentleman. I'm trying to learn, I never had the chance. I still look to my manager, but he gon' teach me how to be a rapper before a good man. I grew up afraid to find a letter on mama's dresser telling us goodbye. I'm used to it all, so you don't gotta hold back and cry. But I gotta tell you why I'm not right for you, but I'm just what I should be.
Okay, I just want to stop there because I might have to replay Token's verse one more time. I'm gonna bring it back because we are gonna listen to that verse before we get into Ren. But I think I think if I'm getting the gist of what the song is representing, is I think it's trying to point to like having maybe not a great upbringing, or maybe being neglected, not getting the, like, there being fights, there being problems, and maybe those issues within the family have led to this mindset that you're not good for your current relationship. Because I think it's about talking about a current relationship and how these old wounds, these family wounds, have got in the way of current relationships. That is kind of what I'm briefly getting from that first run through. But let's have a look at that let's have a look at that verse one more time.
I'm not right for you, but I'm just what I should be. You try to change me, I try to change you. We never change, do we? What does your love look like? 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 As much as I do wanna love you, I feel like we're speaking two different languages. Your house had a gate and mine had instigated, so that's the environment we feel safer in. You thought it was crazy how long that it took me to tell you I love you, like that was the weirdest. I only heard dad say I love you with mom in the room when he went back to singing his lyrics. So I could.
So yeah. So when it's saying, like, talking about how long it takes me to tell you I love you, right? His pain, his wounds from, maybe not receiving that kind of love growing up is affecting his ability to then show that love during this current relationship. So yeah, so that's an interesting theme we've got going on. Let's continue.
You blame me cause you always choose to. You always choose to. You wanna know where I be at all the time, but that's not what I'm used to. Not what I'm used to. You knew where your dad was at work or he's home when he's taking the load off. I didn't know where until 1:24 the day I got that phone call. And I let the phone drop. I'm trying to be my best to be a gentleman. I'm trying to learn, I never had the chance. I still look to my manager, but he gon' teach me how to be a rapper before a good man. I grew up afraid to find a letter on mama's dresser telling us goodbye. I'm used to it all, so you don't gotta hold back and cry. But I gotta tell you why.
So that letter of the mom saying goodbye, there's probably a lot of fear that this relationship that he's in, that she is gonna maybe do the same that his mother did, and he's worried about maybe being abandoned, or or her walking out. And these fears can definitely leave us in this state of paranoia, so that we feel like we can't really settle, because we're constantly anxious, we're constantly worried that it'll just end at any time.
I'm not right for you, but I'm just what I should be.
And this "I'm not right for you" is a constant dialogue that I think a lot of us, when we're in relationships and we still have yet to heal our wounds, is that we think that we're not good for anybody, that we have baggage, that we're damaged, that who could ever love us, because we have these wounds, from our upbringing. We haven't really spent time to deal with them. So very, very, very common feelings that I think a lot of us face, especially like when we're younger, when we start entering into these types of romantic relationships.
You try to change me, I try to change you. We never change, do we? What does your love look like? What does your love look like? What does your love look like?
And honestly, that title is a powerful title, actually. What does your love look like? Because sometimes people don't know what normal love looks like. And sometimes it can be hard to tell if the relationship that they're in and the love that they are seemingly experiencing, if that's normal, if that is the love that they should be experiencing. Because people misalign or misattribute love sometimes with like abuse, and sometimes they'll think that the abuse that they're feeling is love, when in fact it's not. So sometimes what we think is love isn't necessarily love. So it could be hard for us to determine what the reality is. So that's a powerful line to be like asking, what kind of love is this? And is this the love that I want to experience? Or is this even love at all?
What does your love look like?
I'm not right for you, but I won't get up and leave. Cause I hate the pain that has colored my veins, that is present in solitary. What does your love look like? Does it look black and white? Is it your kryptonite? Do all your demons get louder at night, and the voices get softened when we're intertwined? I've been going to therapy lately, cause the cause and effect made me hate the way that I feel when the loving gets real. Cause I just wanna run and escape the pressure that paints me. Pressure of safety, pressures of promises that turn to maybes. Pressure of bravely moving in the same direction. The pressure been driving me crazy. So my therapist said that these wounds that I kept were created when I was a kid. And just like that, all my thoughts raced back to a Welsh town, 96. My mother was crying, my father was screaming and shouting, denying the sin of deceiving and cheating and lying. The weeds are uprooted, the garden is dying, but still she forgives. This cycle repeats, every night I try to sleep, hearing the screams through concrete. Mothering peace, a vision of love, a lesson that fused with the cells in my blood. A lesson that taught me that love ain't enough, and that love can be porcelain when times get tough. Flash forward 5 years later, sitting in the passenger seat of my dad's car with my maker. My dad looked shaken, turned to face him, the words that he spoke cutthroat like razor. He said, Ren, sometimes love can be complicated, navigating a world that we co-created. And I've made mistakes, but I will love you daily. And just like that, it's just me, my mum and my sis. The stress left mum disabled for a bit. I grew up fast then, cause I gotta be a new Ren. Strong for my sister, my mum at a loose end. Confused but moving through the confusion. My born new love feels fake like what does your love look like? Does it tear your inside? Does it keep you up at night? My brother. Does it make you feel like a fist in your windpipe? Suffocate the feeling of what love's meant to feel like. Navigating you, but I'm still not quite right. One night stand, make the pain stop one night. One more heart to the blade with my cold night. What does your love look like?
And of course, we do have to play Friends verse again, because so much happened. But no, I really relate to the messaging of this song, like a lot actually, because I've had my own history with mental health. And that history of mental health has left me feeling incapable of loving anyone or incapable of receiving love. And I know that every time I've tried to build relationships with somebody else, it has always not worked out. And a big running theme within that is this repetitive nature of me thinking I'm not good enough, I am not able to love, I'm not able to give what is needed, that I'm unlovable, that there's damages, right? So a lot of these things of being like, you know, and then and that powerful line of Ren being like I'm not ready to love, but I'm not gonna leave, right? That I find that so relatable, because that has been the case with me. I have been in, I don't know if relationships is the word, but I've been in connections or communications with people where it's so crystal clear that it's a toxic situation and that I'm not able to give what I need to give, right? But I don't leave. I stay. And sometimes staying can be the worst thing that you can do, because sometimes what's healthy is to remove yourself from that toxic situation. And I think that because of my own self understanding, or my lack of self-love, or my depleted self-esteem from my depression, I definitely didn't think that I was worthy of love. And it carried into every interactions I tried to form. And even still today, like I'm better today because I have taken the time to learn and to develop strategies and coping mechanisms, and I've digested and deconstructed. But even still today, there are sometimes things that like I still feel out of place. Like I don't quite get it, or I don't feel like that person is going to truly understand me. But yeah, I mean, I have more confidence now, but I definitely remember that growing up, it was so tough. It was so tough. So this song is extremely relatable. I mean, all of Ren's stuff is pretty relatable, but this in particular is basically my life in a nutshell. On repeat. Like, play this song on repeat multiple times, and that is the history of my life, of one failed relationship after the next, after the next, after the next, after the next. So yeah, this is wild. So I want to go back to Ren's verse, because that was powerful.
I've been going to therapy lately, cause the cause and effect made me hate the way that I feel when the loving gets real, cause I just wanna run and escape the pressure that paints me. Pressure of safety, pressures of promises that turn to maybes, pressure of bravely moving in the same direction. The pressure been driving me crazy. So my therapist said that these wounds that I kept were created when I was a kid. And just like that, all my thoughts raced back to a Welsh town, 96. My mother was crying, my father was screaming and shouting, denying the sin of deceiving and cheating and lying. The weeds are uprooted, the garden is dying, but still she forgives. This cycle repeats, every night I try to sleep, hearing the screams through concrete. Mothering peace, a vision of love, a lesson that fused with the cells in my blood. A lesson that taught me that love ain't enough, and that love can be porcelain when times get tough. Flash forward 5 years later, sitting in the passenger seat of my dad's car with my maker. My dad looked shaken, turned to face him, the words that he spoke cutthroat like razor. He said, Ren, sometimes love can be complicated, navigating a world that we co-created. And I've made mistakes, but I will love you daily. And just like that, it's just me, my mum and my sis. The stress left mum disabled for a bit. I grew up fast then, cause I gotta be a new Ren. Strong for my sister, my mum at a loose end. Confused but moving through the confusion. My born new love feels fake like What does your love look like? Does it tear your inside? Does it keep you up at night? My brother. Does it make you feel like a fist in your windpipe? Suffocate the feeling of what love's meant to feel like. Navigating through but I'm still not quite right. One night stand, make the pain stop one night. One more heart to the blade of my cold night. What does your love look like?
You realize how hard that I work, and you told me you feel for me. If I lost all my motivation tomorrow, would you still love me? It's easy to love when I'm up, when I'm down and you leaving. You can't even give me an answer cause you never seen it, and that's why it's hard to believe it. If you need help but I'm too far away, is it over for you? Maybe I'm just not the person for you, even though I still could be the soul for you. Maybe we are meant to be together, but our history got in the way. Your trust issues, my fear issues, too many issues at play. You yell fast, I get quiet, you wanna see more passion. I've seen what real yelling can lead to, so no, I don't have it. I grew up afraid to see holes in the wall in a room that was locked from inside. I promise I'm used to it all. You don't gotta ever hold back and cry, but I gotta tell you why. I'm not right for you, but I'm just what I should be. You try to change me, I try to change you. We never change, do we? What does your love look like? What does your love look like? What does your love look like? What does your love look like?
I think the messaging is very relatable. Very relatable. And I think it's important, the main things to get out of this, and the things that I get out of it, is that there are two things, okay? The first thing is that, and it took me a long time to really buy into this, because for a long time I couldn't get behind it, is that the best thing that you can do for yourself is to work on yourself before trying to build a life with somebody else. Everybody would keep telling me that, but I think the idea of being alone was too traumatic to me that I didn't really jump on board for a long time. I tried to mask the pain that I was feeling by trying to be in the company of others. But in doing that, I just fed a cycle of turmoil, right? It was a vicious cycle because I wasn't actually fixing myself. I was just masking the problem. So sometimes the hardest thing to do is to actually realize that you're probably not helping your situation. You're perpetuating a problem by not taking a step back and really working on these issues within yourself first, right? So that you feel comfortable, that you are able to find some type of self-love, so that you have something to give. Because if you don't have self-love, you can't give anything to a relationship. It's just not, you can't do that, right? And then the second thing is that sometimes I think at some point, once we've done the growth, once we've put in the energy, we have to learn to decipher between when we're the problem versus when we're just not right for one another, right? At what point do you say, okay, I've done everything that I need to do. This is no longer about me not being good enough. This is just about we are right for each other. We are on two different playing fields. We have two different wavelengths, two different mentalities, and there's nothing more that we can do. We're just not meant to be together. And I think sometimes it's hard to find that balance, right? Sometimes people think it's all about them when it's not. They're just not right for each other. Sometimes think, oh, we're just not right for each other, when actually they could be missing things that they could be doing to maybe correcting something that maybe they haven't analyzed yet, or they haven't reflected on. So that balance is something to really think about within relationships. And it's complicated, right? It's complicated. It's very complicated, and even today, I still don't know really how to form the best kind of relationship, right? And I've done a lot of work within myself, but even the thought of sharing my life with somebody else, a significant other, I'm still questioning what that would look like, if I'd be good at it. What that would even mean for me, right? So, I think that this is a challenge for everyone, right? But anyway, I mean, another great song. Another great song with another great message. And I think anybody knows that, Ren is just a master. Ren is just a master at what he does. And Token, pretty fire too. Token was delivering those bars, right? Now, there are probably, in terms of sort of the intricacies of the rap and everything, everyone knows I'm not a rapper, so there are probably bars or things that I missed, but I think the main essence of that song, which was about the messaging, that definitely got through, and that was definitely, very profound. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe if you want to see some more videos. And stay tuned for the next video, which will be on Ren as well, because we are catching up. Anyway, I appreciate you guys, and take care, everyone.